The One Sith here to do a gameplay of Battlefront 2. So, in a few days from now, in I think 2 days actually, Dooku gets released on 2017 Battlefront, so I thought I'd jump all the way back to the old school and play a bit of him in Geonosis and, well, Assault. And I tried to do something different with the green screen, because I got the green screen, let's use it. So I'm going to use the green screen, hopefully, do something differently and interesting, because I gotta use it, and this is the fun part, you know. So, Geonosis, which honestly, after playing Geonosis in the Battlefront 2017, it's kind of like I like the 2017 version. I still think the best version of Geonosis is from Battlefront 1, because that was amazing. That's exactly how you do it. Big open map, you can fly your shit around, blow stuff up, like, oh, it was so good. He's hoping once new game mode comes out, they'll actually fix certain aspects and maybe make it more free. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Yeah, oh boy, I died. Not doing too well here. I'm using my old Elgato, so there is input lag, unfortunately. So, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, I can in the future get one that's like connected to the PC. So, because right now this entire setup is all over the place. I can't literally walk without tripping over a wire or something, so I'm probably going to need to get myself a better HD or a recorder which doesn't give you any input lag, which I believe the ones that go into your PC do that. Oh shit. Oh, hello Mr. AI, you are a good AI. Holy shit. You gotta love it when AI from like 12, 13 years ago is better than most AI in games today. Actually, that means that today's studios just don't do it properly. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunked it? Who'd have thunked it? Alright. Oh, I keep hearing that little, like, buzzing noise from the disc tray, because I'm so used to, like, the Xbox One X and stuff where it's quiet as a mouse, which is beautiful. Oh, shit, no, don't. Ah, god damn it. Oh, it has been a while since I've played this game. Which is quite funny, actually, I think. I think it's extremely funny, because I'm really bad at this. Then again, this is 30 frames a second. I'm totally better at 60. So, 2019, the year of Star Wars. The end of the Skywalker trilogy, which, I mean, honestly, after 2 films, I don't think it has anything to do with the Skywalker trilogy. But, I'm going to get the last Disney film, which I'm half and half, really. I think once we see the new trailer, I'll get a bit hyped, but I don't know. The last 2 films were so bad. Then again, they could pull a Revenge of the Sith, which I hope they do. So here's beautiful Dooku. I cannot wait to play him. Like, from the leaked animations they have of him, where he's just so, like, chilled. Like, it's not like this. It's very much like you see him in the Clone Wars and the movies, more so than just a prerequisite of every single hero that they had in this game. Since most heroes use the same animations over and over again. But God, is he fun. Here, have some lightning. Love it. Love it. Love it. Although, after playing this and the new one, I really wish that bar in the bottom was gone, because whew, it can get annoying. You know, sometimes you just want to go all out, and you can't really change the settings in the Xbox version to something like that. Although you can on PC, and you can play Assault, I guess, but I don't know. Still. And oh shit. So this year should be a good one. Next month, I'm excited for Anakin. Oh, Anakin! And, what is it? Anakin and the new game mode, which, if it's anything like this, oh boy. Happy, happy, happy. And I will do the same for this. I will do an Anakin one, probably on the Xbox as well. And then I will move on to, when he releases, I'll do a little video like I usually do on that, which will be fun. Fortunately, the PC versions won't look this good with the lights and the green screen, because I definitely need to change stuff around. I think if I want to make doing this so easy, I should really get I don't know, a video of my setup right now. I probably will. Like, I'll zoom out at the end and be like, yep, this is how much pain I have to go through to do these sort of videos. But they look good, they are fun to do, and the setup is great. And with my new monitor I got, which connects to the TV, I can see everything. It looks great. I love that. I can now see what's in focus. I've got the focused assist, where it's like it shows you the lines, what's in focus, and it's just, oh, it's so good. honestly, if you're a filmmaker, if you want to do videos and you don't want to use autofocus, because autofocus can sometimes be a bit of a pain, get yourself an external monitor. They are beautiful and they help a lot. My God, so they help a lot. But yeah, Dooku in a few days, and then a month from now, hopefully a month. Hopefully it's not like the end of the month like Geonosis was, where it was like, here, it comes out on the 30th. And, you know, it's only out for the 30th to the 31st, and then we get to the next month. Then we get to December, and it's like, oh, man, I hope they don't do that. Half of me is hoping they're just like, okay, guys, we're going to start releasing updates at the start of the month like we used to. Because Ben has said they want to start doing that, although I imagine that they will start doing that probably after Anakin's out, because then it's like, okay, all what we've said we're going to release is already released. Now let's go back, see what we can release, and basically go from there. Well, what content do we have in development that we can release early? Should we take a month off? Should we just give them a small update? Should we do like a health update where it's like so March, instead of being content, would be an update that they fix a whole lot of bugs and stuff, maybe some UI changes. I think that would be good, because then the next month it's like, alright, start of next month start getting new content. I'd be up for that. I think that would be very, very good, but we'll have to wait and see. But overall, I am honestly excited. I'm excited for the future of Battlefront 2, and I just can't wait. And for me, they've added all the heroes. You're gonna get Count Dooku. We've got Gina. We got Grievous and Obi-Wan. So we've got everything that we really need. All we need, and we've got Anakin coming. All we need is really droidekas, and possibly General Grievous's bodyguards. That's it. Well, and obviously my one will be all big game mode offline, but they have said they are working on something, so that's nice to know. But give us that content, give us a big offline, maybe a Galactic Conquest, and guys, we have one of the best Star Wars games ever. And honestly, in the state it is now, it's got about the same amount of heroes, if not more, the same amount of maps, including space maps. It's actually got a lot of content. Like, if you were to compare the two, there are parts that you go, well, you know what, I think Battlefront 2017 does act a bit superior in times, but it's also what you like. So I love Clone Wars. This game has mostly Clone Wars in it and original trilogy. I enjoy that more so than, say, the sequel trilogy and stuff like that. So I kind of get more content in this because of the fact that it's got Utapau, Mustafar, Coruscant, Jedi Temple and stuff. It's got all of that and none of the, like, crates and stuff, although if you like that stuff, then yeah. But I just love it. I can't wait. It's good to be excited for Star Wars again, at least in certain aspects. New Clone Wars, new Battlefront Clone Wars stuff, maybe new, sequel trilogy stuff. I don't know. I still got on that though. I still got to watch Resistance, which I want to do. We'll do when I think either the all series is out, I think, or at least until it gets up to a big one, like to Force Awakens or something like that, or even afterwards. I'll start watching it. I have heard it has gotten better, and there is some, even from the previews, it's like, I like the fact that they're expanding the universe. Why that couldn't be done in the movies, I have no fucking clue, but still, it's good to see. Like, it's good to see different ships, aliens, and it's just good to see it all come together as well. So, who knows? Funny enough, Resistance might be the one that I look at and go, yeah, this is good. But we'll have to wait and see. I will watch it. There are some good things I'm excited for. I'm hoping if the next Star Wars movie hits it out the park, they'll open up a lot of stories to get up to there, because right now it's all over the place. But it depends. If you look at it from a standpoint of Star Wars and filmmaking, it looks good, it sounds good, but the depth that Star Wars has always had, it's not there. As a filmmaker myself who's studied for years, and I'm not using that as an excuse to be like, oh, I'm better than you or something like that, but in terms of, and someone who studied Lucas and kind of was inspired from Lucas to be a director, among many others, but he was one of the big ones, because I love that depth he puts in his films. The new sequel trilogies doesn't exactly have that. They don't have that context. They don't give us films that every time you watch it, you get that much more detail out of it. At least not in number 7. There are moments in episode 8, which with The Last Jedi, that you do really look at it over time, and it's like, oh, that's cool. And then there's also parts where it falls apart, such as the fight scene in the throne room when Rey, in the fight, some of the fighters should have, they start doing 12s and stuff when they didn't need to, and then there's a moment where, like, the dagger just disappears. that wasn't needed. Like that sort of slowdown that ruins a film kind of sucks. But then you look at the prequels, and I mean, I love the prequels. I've studied them for ages. I literally have, and I really want to make an hour-long video about how great they are. But I'm kind of waiting for better mics and an upgraded computer to do that before I even think about it, really. But with the prequels, I always look at the prequels like a diamond. It's a rough diamond, but when you get into the depth, it opens up and becomes a blossoming, like a diamond flower. It just really starts to blossom, and I love that about it. Every single time I watch it, I pick up something, either a nuance, either something that's been said, something in the background. It's just, Lucas knew what he was doing when he created that universe. He made it feel real, and unfortunately for making it feel real, some people don't like it on the context of a film. Because for some people, a good film gives you everything all at once. If a film gives you everything all at once, and you don't have to really think about it, or maybe just think a bit, you like it. You know, it's very upfront. You watch a movie from the start to the end, or multiple films, and you kind of understand it without having to really overthink. A lot of the audience like that, but as a filmmaker, I love what Lucas did, where he gave us everything, but he added a bit more that, if you just really think about it, it really adds depth. Like, people complain about Anakin being... Oh yeah. Batteries went dead there. If they go dead again, I'll have to get some more batteries. But Anakin, they didn't like he was a kid, which I think it was fine. But as a kid, everyone's like, oh, he's too special and stuff. You know, he's a Mary Sue, and he's like, no, he's not, because first up, he's put in a location where it shows, and we are told as the audience that he knows what he's doing. He works at Watto's shop, where he obviously takes robots and does a lot of work on them. We get told this, we get shown this. He knows when Jar Jar screws around with the robot, he goes, no, do this and it will turn off. Awesome. He gets told by we get told by Watto that he's a very smart boy, and we learn that he's done like pod racing. He's learnt from it. We get visual and verbal confirmation that he knows what he's doing. And then when you see him race, it's like, okay, he knows what he's doing. And some people say, oh, he's a 10-year-old though. Mate, I've seen 10-year-olds that surf great. I've seen 10-year-olds that skate great. You know, just because they're 10 doesn't mean they can't be a prodigy at something. And that's the way you gotta look at it. Anakin was a prodigy. He was the chosen one. He grew up in an area where he spent most of his time playing and, building stuff. Like, there was so much there that you kind of like, you piece it together and you're like, it makes sense. One of the big ones, though, is when he flights in space and he destroys that... rebel ship, the CIS sort of ship, the Separatist ship, in a way, well, before the Separatists, but still. And what I have to say to that is, it's mixed. For me, it's a bit of a Mary Sue, but not really. So, first of all, Lucas gave us the visuals of, well, R2-D2. He's there. It doesn't take a genius to think that R2-D2 would have done his best to save his life, and also Anakin's. And the fact that Anakin has, as we've seen before, driven pod races. So, and even in the film beforehand, we are told and seen that he picks things up very fast. Kind of a bit of an autistic thing there, at least I think. And then we also hear it that he wants to learn. Before he gets to Coruscant, he's talking to the pilot. You can tell he's learning how to use these things. That much information, plus the pod racing, plus he's got R2-D2 in the back seat helping him out. It's not that impossible to think he could have gotten in there and out. And to be truthful, all he did was shoot rockets. Like, yeah, all he did was shoot rockets and it destroyed the inside and everything crashed. Like, it's not that big of a deal, and it actually works pretty well for the most part. At least I think. But a lot of people say, that's too much information, it's too much depth, it should have been simpler, and it's like, but why? Why do you as an audience need to get told everything? And of course that might come back to me later with, like, not knowing about Rey. But the thing about Rey, for example, is we don't see much. We see her use a stick and she fights. That's cool. Okay, we know that she can fight back. I never had any problems with that. But when she picks up a lightsaber and she's able to just beat a guy that's been trained by Luke Skywalker and is a bit of a Sith and knows Sith attributes, plus the fact that she learns to use the Force with, again, not knowing about it a day beforehand, half of me is like, no, that doesn't work. If she started using the Force after having a Jedi Master teach her at least a few things, I would be fine with that, but we don't get that, and that's the problem. And then people look at Luke as well. Luke is not a Mary Sue. Anakin wasn't a Mary Sue. You look at Luke in terms of he destroyed the Death Star. Again, in the film, we are told and seen that he can fire a gun, So he can fight. We see that. He is obviously able to... Oh shit, I just get Anakin. My bad. I was going for everyone. I keep forgetting that Anakin's on the bad side. That was the damn dumb thing with this game. Anakin wasn't good for like 90% of the game, so. But in terms of Luke being a Mary Sue, no, he's not. He's absolutely not. So we're told that Luke knows how to fly a speeder on Tatooine. We are told that he's one of the best pilots, and he actually wanted to be a pilot. You don't just say, I want to go to the academy to be a pilot without knowing what you're doing. You have to at least... I mean, you got to get into the academy. How are you going to get into the academy? You got to learn to fly. So he knows how to fly. He knows how to shoot. He is told that he shoots womp rats at home. We're given that much information that, in the end, even says he could pilot things himself. Like, we're given so much information that his end shot isn't so over and done because of the fact that we know that he can fight and fly. Now, the Force aspect, well, with the prequels, we found out he's the son of the Chosen One, so that does give him a bit of a head start in terms of, he can use the Force to help, and we are told by Vader he is strong with the Force. So, we're given enough information from those two films that really doesn't really give us Mary Sue aspects between Anakin and Luke. If, just for example, if they did have aspects of Mary Sue-ness, and in a way they do, they only tick like half a box. Rey ticks all of them. But even if she's a Mary Sue, they could have done well. So here's the thing: you can make a Mary Sue work. How do you make her work? You make their conflict from her smartness. So if Rey was a better fighter, a better pilot, and could fix things, imagine if she just took over. So say Finn was in a situation where he had to go and fight something. He can't shoot for shit. He keeps losing. Rey picks up the gun, shoots a guy in the head. Now that's a Mary Sue, in a way, unless we've told and see that she knows how to fight. But since we haven't seen her use a blaster, it's like that's a Mary Sue aspect. But it causes conflict because Finn's like she's overpowering him as a character, and that can cause conflict. And if you cause conflict in a way, you can do a good story. That's how you negate the concept of a Mary Sue, by giving that conflict, and then maybe having in the end that Rey does, say, fail, and she gets saved by the people that she's been saving all along. So in the end, she does still fail, and there are these moments. So there are different ways of writing and creating a character that is a Mary Sue, where you can actually make it work. Unfortunately, we don't actually get that in this new Star Wars. Now, I don't like hating on the sequel trilogy. I can't believe I even hate the sequel trilogy. I think that sucks, but I am a big Legends fan and stuff. I do look at it from both perspectives. I do like a lot of the sequel trilogy in aspects like the aesthetics of the First Order. Not the First Order itself. I still don't understand how they're able to be stronger than the Empire, but okay. A remnant at that. But I like the aesthetics. I like their dreadnoughts. Those are freaking cool. I like the Snoke's bodyguards. I like the Knights of Ren, at least from Force Awakens. I like a lot of what they've done. And it's just... There's more bad than good, I think, with the sequel trilogy. But like I always say, if you enjoy the sequel trilogy, if that's your jam, then that's absolutely fine. I love the prequel trilogy, and I get shed upon on that every day, even if I put it into depth and say, you know what, I think there is a lot of depth there. I still get shat upon, and people just don't want to listen. That's completely fine. That's a human trait to have. And don't get me wrong, I reckon in about 3 years after the last episode comes out, Disney would have released enough aspects of it to make me go, you know what? I'm fine with that. Although, to be truthful, I would love the sequel trilogy even more if they just went, okay, you know what? Legends, we're going to start Legends up again. You give me that, I'm happy. That's all I need. That's all I want. Just give me Legends back. I'll be the happiest person in the world. Or at least I would think I am. Oh, shit. Oh, come on, Leia. I really wish they had Padme. Like, if you've seen my video on Battlefront 3, they were going to have so many good heroes and Legends content. Now I'm just going to go back to Legends now, because I love Legends, but... You motherfucker. Just shot me. Piece of shit. Damn it, Master. You son of a bitch. So... I've been reading a lot of Legends lately, and it is good. Case in point being, like, Ben Skywalker. I love learning about Ben Skywalker being the son of Luke Skywalker, and it's just like, he has to deal with that legacy, but he's not the smartest tool in the shed, and he's not the worst ever. He does learn, of course. He fails as a character and learns, but holy shit, Ben Skywalker is great. And that, and to be truthful, Ben Skywalker is the way you do a love story between a Darksider and a Lightsider. Him and, was it Vistara? I think it was Vistara, if I remember correctly. They kind of start having a relationship, and it's like, it's really interesting about how a Lightsider and Darksider have to learn together, and I love that. And we know Ben gets with someone because in Legacy we have Cade Skywalker, which is from the bloodline of Ben, so that excites me to see, like, how did Ben, like, get there? What was his son called? Was, because I think 130 years after the Battle of Yavin is when Legacy takes place, so Ben would have a son, who then has a son, who's then Cade's father. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that works, you know, and what happens to the universe. We get hints of it, but there's so much more to tell in Legends that it's insane. It really is. I also love this map. This is good. Really is. And, like, that's the thing. The freedom this gives you. I can jump all the way on here. I can jump all the way up there. You don't... At least not yet. You don't really get that freedom in the new Battlefront. Because in the linear game mode, you can't... You couldn't even jump onto, like... So, at the end of... In Battlefront 2 in 2017, you get the Tatooine map. You can come to a thing like this. You can't jump on top of it. It doesn't allow you. You should be able to, but it just does not allow you. And that kind of sucks. Hopefully when the new game mode comes out, and if they release that map in time, it's going to be like, look, everything's open. You go have fun. This is a sandbox mode where you make your fun. You go for it. But hey, we got one more month, or at least hopefully a few more weeks, before we actually find out what that new game mode really is. We have been told multiple times that yes, it is open, so that already is making us excited. But we have to wait. Oh, well, we got Dooku and the new clone troopers until then, so that's good. Really, really good. Oh, hey, Chewie. You want a moon on you, boy? I still wish Battlefront 3... I really hope Battlefront 3, either by 2017's... I see what 2017's one gets made. So, they've added... DICE has added so much content to Battlefront 2 2017. And they still are adding content. I mean, we might get to the end of the year. We might get an extra year. It really depends. That if a Battlefront 3 is to get announced, there's a good chance I'll get a day one. I'll probably get the highest edition, I'll pre-order and all that. But only because they've done their best to fix Battlefront 2. They're not doing Battlefront 2 to make money, they're doing Battlefront 2 to fix their vision and their image, basically, and say, look, we're sorry we fucked up. And then, when a Battlefront 3 is announced, they can be like, well, the fandom can look at it and go, well, they fixed Battlefront 2 2017 and they added a lot of content that I really liked, and they've added this new one, this game with all the content as well. I'm all for it. But I keep saying before in my old videos, EA needs to give DICE 3 years. Just 3 years. Or 3.5. And half of me is hoping that a small team was developing a Battlefront 3 for next-gen consoles, because 2020 is when next-gen's going to come out, obviously. It's basically confirmed right now. But if they were to do that, have a game ready for next gen, 3 years in development, maybe more, plus the years of free DLC onwards, they would make the best Battlefront game, probably the best Star Wars game. And I hope they're given that. Now, time will tell. We do know we're getting content this year, and that the next game being released this year from Star Wars is going to be Fallen Order, which I'm excited for. So we know from that they've got a lot of time in terms of development, and if they do, I'm going to try Anakin for a bit because I love Anakin, he's my favourite character. So in time, they might have already... I mean, if a Battlefront 3 is going to get released, it'll be 3 years after... God damn it. It's going to be 3 years after Battlefront 2, so we've already got a good time frame of development time. We have been told that there is stuff being worked on, and with the idea of learning from their mistakes of number 2, having a bigger team to make number 3... I think we're going to be in a good situation where everything just works. At least I hope. Have to wait and see. I am hoping that at the end of 2019, they're going to say, alright, you know what? We're going to give you 2020. Last year of content would be 2020. And if that's true, 2021, imagine that. 2021, Battlefront 3 had 3.5, 4 years of development time. 2 studios working on it instead of 3. Although 3 would be amazing. Just thinking of that. And I hope EA understands that they need to give more time to DICE. You can have 1,000 people working on a game, but you still need time. You still need people to reflect and say, you know what, let's add this, let's do that. And with something as vast as Star Wars, you need to take as much time as you can, because there is so much you can take from Star Wars. And if there is any sort of Legends pack, I want it, because after playing the like alpha of Battlefront 3, I really wish that was released, because I imagine that the DLC, if there was any, which I think back then there was DLC, because there was DLC for the second one, we could have probably gotten more Legends content. Like, if I could have played as Jason and Jaina and Ben Skywalker, oh, and Mara Jade, oh, I tell you, that's me in a nutshell of being happy. Whew. Whew. But yeah, never happened. Just to think, there might be an alternate universe there that actually had that. A Battlefront 3 from Free Radical, Legends still continued, the sequel trilogy actually following off from Legends, which some people say Lucas wasn't actually going to do. Thing is, Lucas is well known for changing his mind, and if you watch the Clone Wars, you'll see that he actually added a lot of Legends content, and he actually did oversee Legends. He actually had a say in it. In comics, in games, he actually had a say. Like The Force Awakens, he actually said, okay, you can use this character because she's doing this in this time, you can use that character, you can't use this, you can't use that, Vader's off doing this. Like, he gave them the depth and said, look, this is how you do it. And give me a second here to just switch. So yeah, he actually had a really good input into Legends. I think one of the best ones was, well, for Dark Empire, he's like, don't bring Vader back, bring the Emperor back. Like, he actually had a big say in that, and he did. Plus, anybody that says Legends was over the top has not read canon. Like, there is literally a story where a guy from the past comes to the future and wears his helmet, which actually has his soul on, as he's himself. Yeah, Star Wars is crazy and insane. That's completely fine. Let's trade Grievous for a bit. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I would like to do a video on the fandom though, because the fandom, it is a cluster. It is, oh boy, that was interesting. But it's a cluster. Case in point, they will make documentaries about what they hate about Star Wars and what they like. So recently, I've been looking into a documentary about the prequels, about how great they are. You know, and there was that one of Lucas versus fanboys or whatever it was, which was very negative, I think, mostly. And this one is very positive about. It's basically different perspectives, but there are so many fans that will fight over what they like, and it's fine to like and hate stuff, but don't attack people for it. I don't get it. Like, I like Rose from Last Jedi. Didn't really care for the character, but I'm not going to tell the actress to go. Sorry about that. I just realized that I've been talking for like half an hour. Oh, time flies. Then the downside of my camera is after half an hour it just stops, and I can't stop that. I mean, fair enough, I guess, but still. So I was thought about, yeah, like Rose. I'm not the fan of the character, but I'm not going to attack Kelly Marie Tran because of that. There's no point. She knows the character. She knows that people hated it. Telling her she should go kill herself because of that is the most idiotic thing. Same with Ahmed Best with Jar Jar, which I never hated. I mean, honestly, I would say that in terms of Star Wars, the most annoying character was C-3PO. In the original trilogy, he's the most whining piece of shit I've ever fucking heard. Like, I got angry, actually. And it might be the way I actually watched the movie. So, I watched 4 and 5, then 1, 2, and 3. And, first of all, in the prequels, he's so much better. C-3PO is so much less annoying. As a character, I think. And then, but in the original trilogy, he's literally one of the most annoying characters. It gets obnoxious and just so annoying. And I get it, nostalgia can blind you from things, but my god, annoying character. I'm sure some people are going to hate me for that, but honestly, I think C-3PO is an annoying character, and even critics at the time said he was a very obnoxious, annoying character. But like I said, nostalgia blinds you from either the truth or a different perspective or so forth. Like Jar Jar, he can be annoying, but I can put up with it. Same way people can put up with C-3PO being annoying. Not everyone can, but yeah. It's about what you can just put up with and what you perceive. Yet there's so many people out there that just don't understand that, and they hate you for it, which is a shame, I think, because there's no point. Why hate someone because of their perspective? And then people say, oh, well, from the rules of filmmaking and the rules of telling a story, like, this, well, here's the thing. There's more than one way to tell a story, there's more than one way to write a story, there's more than one way to perceive a story. It doesn't matter how many people you quote from 100 years ago, it doesn't matter how many perspectives you have, nothing's set in stone. It's not written into the very fabric of reality that you should write this way, do that, do this. So, like, and I've noticed that most of the audience, if you have a really compelling character, you can have a flawed story, you can have a flawed aspect of it, but it still works. So, I'm really getting a lot of these controller things. This is a fairly busty controller, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just, yeah, different stuff. Next time I got to write down, like, on a piece of paper what I want to talk about. It's a bit hard to just randomly talk about things, and then you want to, like, focus on the gameplay of, like, killing Leia. That's normal, right? Oh, god damn it. Like, the AI is actually not bad in this. They actually move around pretty well. Oh, it's B. I'm so used to the Xbox Elite controller where my right bumper is the B button, but nope, the B button does it. I was like, every time I've been trying to dodge right now, it's like, nah, that didn't work. Of course. But yeah, after this, I will cut the video and we can relax and I'll do a new one. I'm going to record a few ones because I'm not going to do a setup like this and be like, yeah, that's enough. Absolutely not. We're almost done, I think. Thing is, this might be a bit too long, so I'm actually probably going to stop it next time I die. Next time I die, I'll do one more Dooku and then I'll stop it because I don't want it to be too long. I've already done half an hour. I don't want to do, like, much more. And I could do a full hour. Kind of like a live stream, if you were. And if I ever get live stream working, I will do that. But not yet. Alright, I'm almost dead. Can I find somebody trying to kill me? Look! Look! Oh, hello. So, Sergeant. No, are you secure? I can say, oh, stop doing that. God damn it. These are, like, literally freshly charged, but this controller is not the best. Thank you, Secure. With your sexy French accent. Yes, I actually love that about how they did that. Alright, Dooku, let's go. I'm interested to see his moves. I think he might have a stun. They have said that he's probably going to have a stun or something similar, and I mean, that's fine. They just have to balance. I think they have to balance. Would you stop attacking me, you piece of shit? Fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you're attacking Ayla Secure, and then you attack me. Thank you, Master, you piece of shit. Fucking Sith bastards. Alright. I died from Kaya Mundi. So, that's the one Sith out. I shall see you. It's the lights. It's hot today. It's like 38 today in Australia. Plus the lights, and even though I've got my air conditioner on, it's hot. So I will see you all in Asgard, but before I go, I need to show you, like, the wide shot of this. So, basically, and then you move out the way, you probably think, that's not too bad. Well, it's not too bad. And you see all that.